What's going on, everybody? Zach here from Pool Sharks. Today is a special day. Today is our first official upload on our new YouTube channel. First ever video. I'm doing it with a little help from my friend. Salem, you want to say hi? Huh? So if you're just stumbling across this video and maybe you're one of our customers or soon to be customers and you just want to see what we're about, you know, what we bring to the table as a business, and you know how we formed. We'll be showing a lot of videos going forward throughout the seasons, and I can't thank you guys enough for joining us today. Please subscribe to us and you will follow us for the days ahead, just diving into the pool industry, so you'll see what we come across every day. And right now we're actually in the dead of winter. I'm up here at a park. We just got finished salting and sanding some of the driveways, but we're not opening any pools anytime soon. We got to wait a few more months for that. You know, a little bit about me and you know what this business is all about. This is an intro video. Again, this is our first one, so I'll try to touch on some of the key points here. But my name is Zach. I'm 35 years old and I am the owner of Pool Sharks. I formed it 5 years ago. So when I hit 30, I finally decided that now is the time to start a business. Previously to me being a swimming pool owner, I was playing professional basketball in Canada. I was bouncing around from a few teams up north in the National Basketball League of Canada, and it was an unbelievable experience. You know, I was very fortunate to be able to pursue that at a younger age, and when I graduated college, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do. I just went for liberal studies at Fitchburg State University, so basketball was always in the back of my head. You know, I believed that I could continue to play after college, and I pursued it and I did it. And when I turned 28, I broke my ankle playing in a semi-pro ABA game up in Springfield, Mass. And when that happened, the wheels started turning, because it took me about a year to rehab from that, just learn how to walk again, run, jog, everything. So by the time that had happened, I had this idea in the back of my head that I was always going to start a swimming pool company, because it was the only other thing I knew. During college, I'd come home, I'd have odd jobs during the summer, but one that I enjoyed was just trying to balance chemistry-wise for swimming pools, and just going over to friends' houses, you know, family friends and things that would say, hey, Zach knows how to do this, ask him about the pool, or you know, he can help you with the pump. So I knew a little bit, but I was not a pro by any means. At the end of the day, I still had a lot to learn, and I knew that if I wanted to pursue a background and start a business for swimming pools, it was only going to be successful as much as I put into it. You know, if I was just going to be doing cleanings all the time, that would have been fine, but I knew I wanted to do a lot more than just cleaning. So here we are, year 5, and what started off as just basic cleanings and openings and things like that, we are now full service. We're building pools head to toe, doing patio wraps, hardscapes, you name it. There's basically nothing that we won't touch at this point. And if you were to tell me 5 years ago that it was going to advance that much, I'd call you out and say you're lying. I don't even know, starting this, if I knew it was going to be successful. It was a lot of things I had to learn, and I'm still learning to this day. You know, so I knew in order to advance where I wanted to be, that I needed to get a job with a pool company, and that's exactly what I did when I got hurt. from basketball and put it behind me, I went and got a job at Leslie's Pools as a regular service technician. And again, not knowing anything, they took me in, and I had the greatest manager. Shout out to Dave K. He taught me everything. When I got the job, it was during the winter, so we didn't have a lot going on, obviously, in Massachusetts with all the snow. He taught me as much as he could with the training, and by the time spring rolled around, it was just getting thrown into the fire. I was installing pumps, filters, troubleshooting things on my own. The Leslie service division was in a complete mess because we were so short-staffed. We had 3 technicians, I believe, that were covering 3 states. So, 6 in the morning, you go pick up the truck, and I wasn't back to Shrewsbury most days until 8 o'clock at night, and just doing that 6 days a week. So what I probably learned, in 2 years at Leslie's was the equivalent to most people learning about 5 years. And it was a lot of trial and error, but I'm so grateful for what I learned from them and for what Dave taught me, because it's gotten, me to the point where I'm at now, really enjoying what I'm doing. And I have a great team behind me. We have some great workers, so shout out to Boyko and Amaral, who continuously are learning as well, and they help with some of the bigger projects, and I'd be nowhere without my other workers, John and Simon, and my brother. Shout out to Nate as well. So we got a good team going on, and my sidekick here, Mr. Salem Hawk. So hello, Salem. You gonna say hi now? But with that being said, we are out of Webster, Mass. So we are a central Massachusetts-based company providing almost every service you can think of with a swimming pool or around the swimming pool. And we also service parts of northern Rhode Island, northern Connecticut, a lot of areas such as Putnam, Thompson, Connecticut, Burrville, Pasco, Rhode Island. So if you're in that area, obviously give us a call, email us, and we can definitely, get you swimming for this spring. Coming up for the new year, 2026. This was our first year that we decided to add any type of snow and ice management. That has been a learning curve for sure. There's a lot of things that I'm learning. I've never plowed before. I've shoveled snow, I've thrown down salt and sand, but I've never operated a plow. And we went out and we got one, and we have it set up on one of our other trucks, the Ram truck. And we just got a new frame for the Chevy truck, so we'll have a plow on that one as well. So we are out doing residential driveways, and we have a commercial account that just joined us as well. And I'm very grateful for the people that are asking for those services, and I'm hoping that it expands and grows. It keeps us busy during the winter, and I'd love to hear from some of the other pool companies out there that maybe do the same thing. I'm sure they're out here in Mass, Connecticut, Rhode Island, wherever, New England I should say, that do snow and ice management to keep their guys busy. Any landscape companies too around here, I'd like to get some tips, and anything to make it go a little bit easier would be nice. So that's what we're doing right now. Again, this is our first video if you stumbled across that, and this company is definitely growing. The small business is growing, and I can't say thank you enough to the community, the small business pool community around here, because everybody kind of knows each other. And I also want to give a shout out to B&L Pools in Uxbridge. They've been great, and they've thrown us leads to get going, and Heritage Pools in Sutton, so thank you to them. Ideal Pools in Southbridge, thank you. You know, I'm sure there's a company or two I'm missing from this area, but Pools and Cues in Auburn, especially, shout out to them, and Chris and Casey over there. So thank you guys. We wouldn't be where we're at right now if we didn't have the good communication with these companies, and I wanna stay on top of communication with them and make sure that, you know, if there's anything that we can do in the area, maybe there's a service that they don't want to do, or they don't, you know, something they don't do anymore, or they just, you know, don't have the time to do it. We're finding our niche as well, so it's always nice to keep that communication open. We're representing the swimming pool industry here in Massachusetts, and you got something to say, bud? Yeah, you representing? So again, we try to stay friendly with everybody, learn from each other, and if there's anything else that, you know, any of you want to see or hear anything from the videos, let me know. We're definitely going to be uploading a lot more in the you know, for the foreseeable future as this business is growing. So thank you again for joining us, and I appreciate it, and I hope you guys stay swimming.